mode.
Hi, hello. A very good afternoon and evening to all of you. Hi, this is Souradeep. Are you able to hear me? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. So, there would be a lot of people who are new to this session. So, I will give you a brief idea or the concept for the session. Okay. Now, during the week, market has done the price action. So, in this weekend session, we look at the price action of the previous week, and from my point of view, I describe it, and from Vivek's point of view, he describes it. Both of us discuss about our outlook for the market for the next week based on the price action of various asset classes and various parameters. Now, this is just a 1 hour session. So I just saw there was a request by Rakesh Mittalji that he wanted view on Alembic Pharma. Rakeshji, this session is not about view, because if you are part of the StockEdge club or if you are part of the TMP, you can ask your stock queries there. In this session, we discuss only about the market outlook for next week, and this is basically a monologue in the sense that only I share my view and Vivek sir share his views. This is a compact 1 hour session. So this is not an interactive session. So we have interactive sessions in the TMP. In the club, you can ask your questions there, but this session, it is very difficult to make it interactive within a span of 1 hour time. So first half an hour will be discussed by me. I will recap what we discussed last week. These were the discussed in last Friday session, and these were in last TMP, and for last week TMP during the week. Okay, now these are the stocks that we think that they are going to be useful for the upcoming week. And in the upcoming week, what will happen? These will go to this place, and the stocks that we will discuss in the upcoming week will fall here to the new for the next week will come here. So you understand the structure. Okay. Now, let me first, before moving to anything, let us move to the market outlook for next week.
Yeah, I think there is some audio issue at Mr. Shorodip's end. Just give me a moment, please.
Are all of you able to hear me?
Yes, we just got your
Yes,
audio
we just
back.
got your audio.
Okay, okay, okay. You got my audio back, right? So this is the Nifty chart. So I'm looking at the Nifty right now, and when I look at the Nifty chart, I can see from the beginning of June, or the 3rd June, I can extend it to this extent also. Let me remove this one. This part is gone. Okay. So I can say that from the beginning of end of May to June, we have been trading in this price range only. Okay, on the downside, you would say that some most of the times it is restricted to 50,600. But last week there was a sharp fall. We fell there, but right now we are back in this range. So as long as this range lasts, Nifty, we don't think we can predict the way Nifty should go. Bank Nifty, look at this Bank Nifty. The similar thing. If I want to tell you, if I want to draw a trend line like this, so making it a blue color, a broader trend line like this we can see, and I can see right now on the lower end of the range, maybe possibly once it start trading above 15,200, we may see an up move. But right now 34,100 to 35,100, a broader range we are having. Okay, now you can understand that there is absolutely no direction into the market, and this kind of situation we have seen have lasted for very long time in the past. Like it has lasted for 4 5 months also. So we cannot say that at the end of the 2 months we are out of this range. We can be in this range for very quite long time. Okay, now let me show you this, uh, the Dow Jones chart. Okay, you will be able to understand that how long it can last there. Okay, so Dow Jones chart अगर हम देखेंगे तो देखिए Dow Jones chart अगर आप देखते हैं, so I will use Hindi and English in a mix because there are a lot of comments that sir थोड़ा हिंदी में बोलिए, थोड़ा हिंदी में बोलिए. So we will use primarily English as a language, but थोड़ा सा हम हिंदी भी use कर लेंगे, right? So from the beginning of April, this almost 16 1700 point range, which is again a 5% range in Dow Jones, is lasting. But still for Dow Jones, you can say it is still a 5 6% range. For Indian market, it has been very painful that it is only 2%. Okay, only 2%, very narrow range. So there is no direction into the market. You have to understand that. I expect eventually market to break on the upside and go towards this 17 18,000 level. But as long as it continues, it can continue for 2 more months also. You never know because the COVID is coming back and back again, and you don't know actually what is going to happen. So let us see when we break out of this range. One important point I want to show you, the China shares and Hong Kong listed Hong Kong index. Let us look at the Hang Seng index. Okay, so see, compared to our market, the Hang Seng index, which was again in the range from March itself, but the range was broken down. It fell quite a lot, and that is happening because there are a lot of uh, changes in policy framework in Chinese economy regarding tech sector, regarding realty sector, a lot of the sectors. So there was a very sharp fall. If I look at the all the other Asian indices, so we can see that Nikkei is also on the lower end of the range. Korean Kospi is another. So Kospi Composite index a little bit weak, but unlike China is share. Okay, China. If we look at index in the China. Okay, not Hang Seng. Just a second. China 8 share indices, and what I'm trying to look at it. China 8 share. This is the index I'm trying to look at. This is the China Enterprise Index, Hang Seng listed. So you can see how they have been falling. Okay, there is Shanghai Composite, Shanghai, Shanghai Composite. Okay, just a second. Shanghai Composite. No, this is Shanghai. It is not coming. Okay, just a second. SANGHAI Composite. Okay, SANGHAI Somehow TradingView does not show the Shanghai Composite Index. Let me try with the investing.com. Okay, so live charts I'm going, and I will try to see if I can watch the Shanghai Composite Index here. Let's say NGHAI. No, they also don't show, but you can see the index in the Google. Okay, so maybe this Google chart you can see here. Okay, so if I go for 1 month chart, you can see the way it has fallen from a it has fallen almost 10%. Okay, in the Google charts you can see, so quite a sharp fall you have seen in the Shanghai Composite. What kind of country China is, you can understand. Their index data is not shared either in investing.com or in the tradingview.com. At least we could not find it normally the way we find other indices. And you can see it was 3% down today, and that's why the sell-offs are happening. And this metal rally that took off on 28th, that is Wednesday, was due to again China. China is restricting export of metals, the Hindalco, the aluminiums, the copper, the zinc, and the steel across the world, and that's why see, all the indices are range bound. There is no direction. This one is Nifty, the dark blue one Nifty, and this chart shows the relative performance of the indices during this week compared to Nifty. Now you can see that this this one uh, for this chart, the CNX metal actually jumped, and but all the indices are lackluster. Okay, so if I let me go to the global scenario again, as I was showing you. See, this is a Dow Jones Composite futures, completely range bound, no movement. Okay, absolutely no movement. This one is the US government bond yield. So the Fed meeting was there, and the Fed did not show any urgency to raise interest rates, so it remains weak right now. But yeah, if it would have gone below 1.11, it would have become even weak. But what it is happening right now is that as long as it stays below 1.60, we overall bullish scenario in stocks is there. Now, let me look at the US dollar index. Okay. Again, now it has broken from this after this false breakout, it has come down, and as long as it stays below this 90 to 50, and possibly it will eventually fall towards 89, and we may see an equity breakout. Okay. So as long as below 90 to 60, no worries in equity front. Now, because the dollar index is weakening, so it is important to look at what gold is doing. See, a very strong resistance in the 1835 region, above that possibility of 1910, 1960, all these things are there, but overall range bound in monthly chart, sorry, in the weekly chart. Interesting movement in the copper. Now let me tell you, because uh, uh, of the price breakout in copper, and all the people who were close to the Chinese authorities knew these things were coming. So see, Chinese announcement about export ban, everything came on 28th, but because there were news that were known to people that China would be doing so, the copper itself had a range breakout on 23rd July. 23rd July was last Friday itself, and it rallied like this. And later the stocks picked up. So this was an early indication. And the last week we in the session we discussed that copper has broken out. So possibly metals can rally. If you remember, we thought that because we had seen this candle last week, and we were expecting the metals could rally, and that's what metal did. And that is how looking at the commodities give an early indication of trading into stocks. अगर हम कॉपर को देख लेते तो हमें पता चल जाता है कि मेटल इस वीक रैली करने वाला है, तो मैंने मेटल स्टॉक्स दिए थे इस वीक ट्रेडिंग में, हम देखेंगे उन्होंने क्या किया. ओके, एंड फाइनली क्रूड. देखिए क्रूड क्या है ना, इफ वी आर लुकिंग एट डेली चार्ट, this was a downward sharp fall, and this was the day when I was having live class, okay, this second day, and I was telling, see, crude is about to go up. It was at 66, I remember, 66, 30, 64, 40, gone up 10% from there. So there was a live trading session going on in trading mentorship program, though we don't trade commodities, but I say because this is important, like I am discussing for the equities only. इक्विटी के लिए हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे, अगर ये ऊपर जाएगा तो क्या होगा, तो उस पर्सपेक्टिव से मैंने बोला था कि हाई पॉसिबिलिटी है 72 73 आएगा, 72 आएगा, और 72 अगर इसने मतलब इसके नीचे रहा तो शायद नीचे जाएगा. ये नीचे नहीं रहा, बट 66 से 72 आना ही बहुत बड़ी बात थी. अभी ये ऊपर चला गया है तो हाईली पॉसिबल ये फिर से 75 76 जा सकता है अगर ये 72 30 के ऊपर स्टे किया तो ये हो गया क्रूड. बिकॉज ये जो ट्रेंड लाइन था, तो ट्रेंड लाइन को थोड़ा सा टिल्ट भी अगर कर देंगे मैच करने के लिए, तो भी ये ट्रेंड लाइन को ऊपर से ही चल रहा है. देखिए तो 72 730 becomes a very good level for crude going long if it is available, okay, with a smaller stop loss. अब सेक्टर की बात करते हैं. मैं सारा सेक्टर तो आपको नहीं दिखाऊंगा क्योंकि मुझे पता है, मैंने सारे चार्ट खुद देख लिया और मुझे पता है कि कोई सेक्टर में दम नहीं है अपार्ट फ्रॉम निफ्टी आईटी. Vivek sir has been telling about Nifty IT indices for quite a long time, and this is weekly chart, okay, and it continues to nudge higher and higher, and given the structure, I feel that next week also we will see another move higher, okay. तो निफ्टी आईटी चलना ही है. देखिए कोविड ऐसा चीज है ना, मैं एक बात आपको बताना चाहूंगा. वर्ल्डोमीटर में मैं जाता हूं तो मैं आई विल सी द सिनेरियो इन यूएसए, ओके. दिस इज द ग्लोबल सिनेरियो. लेट मी शो यू द सिनेरियो इन यूएसए. यस्टरडे हम चले जाते हैं तो देखिए यूएस केसेस हैव बीन गोइंग अप एंड अप. मतलब यूएस का वैक्सीनेशन ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीट हो गया है, फिर भी देखिए इतना ज्यादा केसेस, इतना ज्यादा डेथ. अच्छा एक चीज देखते हैं, वीकली ट्रेंड. देखिए वीकली ट्रेंड अगर हम देखेंगे तो देखिए वीकली केसेस 9% अप है, डेथ 10% अप है. सो इट इज गोइंग अप, ठीक है ना. और मेन कंट्रीज कहाँ पे है, यूएस बिगेस्ट इकोनॉमी, ओके. India, fourth largest economy in the world, fourth or fifth, right? UK, one of the top 10 economies in the world, right? France, one of the top 10 economies in the world. ठीक है ना. तो Russia, one of the BRIC countries, okay. And China data, you can understand that China data is not always true, but cases would be high in China also. China does not publish its data. You won't find cases in China, okay. So let me find CHINA. But China is not reporting cases. Anyways, China is China, but all the major economies, okay, UK, USA. If I go to Canada, okay, Canada, 57% cases up. So all the major economies in the northern hemisphere, Europe, America, India, Russia, all are seeing surging cases. India, especially due to two states, Kerala and Maharashtra, which have been unable to control the COVID, because almost 70% cases of the country right now are coming from these two states. But otherwise, India is still in control. But any day, even the virus is still there in two states and globally, any day we can see a third wave, okay. So what can happen, you can understand, is that this is India. Right now there is a lull, but any day it can emerge. I will show you the scenario of USA. See, look at this. So USA is a very important case study because USA had almost got full vaccination, but still you see this was an exaggerated move, like 3 lakh, but you can see this 1 lakh cases. This is coming back again and again in spite of full vaccination. Why? because the virus is mutating itself. So due to mutation right now वायरस अपना चरित्र बदल रहा है, तो मतलब वैक्सीन जो है वैक्सीन को भी अपना मतलब चेंज होना पड़ेगा, तो ओल्ड वैक्सीन. सो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड that everything is right now uh, uh, going digital, right? Not only the stock market, everything. People are buying homes by online, buying homes online. Buying home is supposed to be in a people in a person's life once or twice a decision. We don't buy home every day, right? Once or twice in a life or thrice in a life we buy homes. Nowadays, people are buying home online. Everything will become digital, and that's why the sad part is those who are less digitally exposed or digitally skilled would actually face the financial hardship. But due to COVID, people will go digital. We are right now buying everything digitally. I'm talking about real estate. See, everything people are buying from Amazon, everything people which you used to go to malls or local shops, people are buying online. If local shops can develop their own app and deliver, then it is okay. But otherwise, things are going totally IT oriented. Things are becoming IT oriented. So this can be a major move in IT. And matlab, we cannot imagine that how far it can go. See, IT can become a very different kind of a sector. You see that all those major FMCG companies command 60, 70, 80 P. Don't be surprised if you see like IT stocks even double from here. This can happen given the kind of movement is happening with due to COVID. So what are the IT stocks that okay, stocks I'm coming a little bit later, allow me a bit time. Okay, and another sector because of the restriction is uh, in the Nifty metals. Okay, so in the weekly chart you can see a clear breakout. Okay, uh, to me this looks a very promising breakout, and personally I don't want to go into Elliott wave again because there will be a lot of questions, and I don't want you to confuse. But to me, if you ask me to measure what extent the metal index can go, please don't ask me the reason behind it because I don't also use it anywhere, and it is not that much required also day-to-day trading. So I don't teach it also, but try to have a sense that there is high possibility of this index, which is presently at 5770, to go to maybe 6400, which is just 10%, 12% from here, but also to 73660, which is almost 40% from here. So next week, if we are talking about the sectors, will be metals and this IT. Now I will go to the daily chart and discuss about the stocks that I have given this week. Okay. Uh, so last week we had discussed intellect. Okay, that if it breaks out, let me have it all tab mode. Okay. So if I go there, if I go there, if I go there. Okay. Right now. So intellect. What did intellect design arena do? It actually did not. Yeah, on Monday it broke out, but this was the level above which we were to buy, or above this level, but it just broke out and then fell. So it did not actually give a lot of profit. Above 872, it gave 892. So you can say it gave 2% profit. My rule is that whenever there is a breakout, you enter with 2% target first and with 2% stop loss. And then as the stock keep on moving, you trail your stop loss. So it had given 2%, but nothing more than that. Infi, if I look at the Infi was another stock I discussed on the bullish side. So last 5 days had gone up 2%, very small amount of. Lodha was one of the stocks that I gave on last Friday session. really has not gone anywhere. Okay, so last week close was 850, 855 is good. This week close in between it get to 885. So 3-4% it had given, but not a very spectacular return, I would say. Another stock was Wipro. Wipro has not done anything. Okay, Wipro has not done anything, and that's why you have to understand, because the range bound rate of the market, predicting next week's stock uh, sitting this week has become difficult. What is working here is the stock that are having live breakout in the market, and then I'm sharing into the TMP. Okay, so if I'm talking about these stocks, so Balaji Amines, okay, was given one Monday. So Balaji Amines was the stock. So I gave this stock here, and stock went almost 150 200 rupees up. So I gave a 3229. From there it went to 33860. Okay, so almost 150 rupees, so 5% for a stock like Balaji. Hindalco I gave. This proved out to be a very good pick. Okay, so Hindalco I gave on Tuesday. Tuesday I gave, and I said if it sustain, it was given around 416. So see, my stop loss was ideally not breached, did not go below 408, or just if you see went below momentarily for 40-50 paisa, one should have again log, got into it in the stock, and the stock did beautifully. You can say the stock did beautifully. Uh, this stock, the way it was given, and it did beautifully. This stock 473. Tata Metallics, okay, that was again given. Okay, so on the same day it was given around 1311. It went to 1360, 5% kind of a move. Tata Coffee, this one had hit stop loss. So uh, I gave it Tata Coffee on that day when this breakout happened, but then there was a very bearish candle. Okay, uh, the other stock on that day also failed, but your stop loss is any day not more than 2%. So you maximum lose 2%, and when it moves favorably, you gain 15-16% in many cases. Okay, so Century Ply had a peculiar kind of day in spite of not being a result day, and the stop loss was hit. And that very day, for the Bank Nifty, these were the trades that I shared into the TMP. Okay, so Bank Nifty, when it was here, let me show you in the hourly chart, you will understand better. Sir, I will take 2 more minutes than usual today. So this was the time when I gave a buy call in Bank Nifty, and you can see how it worked. Tata Steel was a very good pick that I gave on Wednesday at 1380. I gave, okay, 1380 I gave, rallied quite a bit. Sale I gave them yesterday, to be frank, because the move happened on 29th. So sale above 141 I gave. Above this went up quite a bit. SBI at 337 I gave yesterday. So from 437 it went to 444. Uh, Almost 2%, not exactly 2%, and then it failed. And uh, that's why it is very important to part book. So if you have got entry here, you should have booked 50% around this level, and you can see that for the rest of the quantity, your initial stop losses here, but for your rest of the quantity, your stop losses come to your buying price. So eventually, if you make money for half of the quantity you booked here, for rest of the quantity you stopped out at your buying price. Okay, Ratna Money Metals. This one I have given today, and it failed. Uh, okay, this was at the end. So I gave in the morning around this levels, and It went up a little bit and then it failed. Very, very peculiar kind of price action in hourly chart. You cannot do anything. Mindtree I have given. It did well. So in the morning today, I gave Mindtree around 2840 level. From that it went up and later failed. So Mindtree did well. NIIT. NIIT yesterday night I had mentioned, and today it just gave uh, results accordingly. Okay, so NIIT Limited. So above 340 you can see NIIT. Yes. So see, the moment it went above 340, 340 here at this level, it went to 348, almost 2.5%. Then it failed. You cannot do anything. Like if stock retraces above that, but as long as you are getting 2% after your entry, you are fine. Okay. Next week, the base stock for next week is Vedanta. Coming back to the daily chart right now. तो अब डेली चार्ट की बात करेंगे तो अगले वीक के लिए वेदांता. अब देखिए वेदांता अगर ये हाई क्रॉस करे तभी एंट्री लेना है. ठीक, ऐसे हम एंट्री नहीं लेंगे. ये हाई क्रॉस करे तो एंट्री लेना है. वैसे ही सेल्स, टाटा स्टील, नेशनल एल्यूमिनियम, ऑल दिस मेटल स्टॉक्स लुक गुड फॉर नेक्स्ट वीक. कीप एन वॉच ऑन देम. For non metal stock, I will just discuss. So Jubileon Foodwork, another stock. See, as long as you have an online delivery model, you have a digital business model. In this kind of scenario, these kind of stocks will continue to rally. So this Jubileon Foodwork, Zomato did an opening here. What is happening? So this is the Zomato valuation. Overvaluation, I don't know, but given the kind of frenzy with online businesses, in a medium term, these stocks can go higher. Okay, so Mindtree, NIIT I have shown. So Mindtree and Shobha finally. Okay, so Mindtree can go higher. Had given today to my students above this 2960. If I want to say, can go higher. And finally Shobha. And I'm very sorry, I'm over 3 minutes in time. So this is the near support prices at RSI 50. So with the stop loss of 570, 574, you can buy right now. Have a stop loss of 570. This stock can eventually go on the higher side. Okay. So I'm very sorry I extended by 3 more minutes. And Vivek sir, it is all yours. Thanks for allowing me, sir, this extension a little bit. I needed time, a little bit more time today. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm very excited to see almost 270 members for this Friday evening session. So that means that you guys are definitely finding value in all the interactions we are having on Fridays. Friday is always an important day because it gives us an opportunity to look back to the market which has gone by in last week, the market which is going to come next week, and obviously to learn few things. Souradeep has been extremely good in predicting some stocks as well as the market overall. I hope he continues to do great work. So as Souradeep said, that this is going to be more of a monologue where I'm going to speak, and I'm going to speak about a lot of things based on the feedback which I'm getting. And these are the opportunities where I'm able to directly connect with all the club members, TMP members, as well as the premium members who have joined us for this session. So the way I'm going to structure this discussion is, first I'm going to talk about the broader market, where the market is, and we're going to talk about a few sectors, and And also I'm going to talk about an important aspect which you all should know related to StockEdge, which I've been continuously pushing literally every morning. And I will teach you the art of creating your own combinations and which combination could actually work very well for you. You should learn how do you create your own combination. So this is going to be my agenda for the day. Souradeep, I'm going to share my screen so you can put your screen off. Okay, so this is what my screen is. All of us are in Twitter. Souradeep also wanted to get into Twitter, and I'm also here on my Twitter. Nonetheless, let's talk about the market. Okay, so I'm going to switch off my webcam if it is fine with all of you, just to save the internet and the bandwidth issue. In case you still have issues, Swati is always there to support us in case of. And if I uh, uh, okay, if I find any question which is relevant, I'm going to see the questions anyways. Not to worry, although the intention is not to answer the questions. One thing is for sure, that please try to understand that yes, we as an organization are growing, but we are definitely cognizant of the fact that we all have to take care of every one of you, and I'm personally responsible for well-being of each and every member of our family. So in case you ever feel that you need some sounding board or something you want from me, something you need to connect with me, my email ID vivek@stockis.com is always ready for your bell. Feel free to connect with me with anything you think should be sounded to me. Could be any feature request, could be any complaint, could be any feedback, or could be some happy notes about good things which is happening in your life. Okay, so let's talk about the market and what market is doing right now. So whenever we talk about the market, we have to talk about the Ganeshi. So you see what is happening with dollar. So dollar is pretty much in the range which I've been highlighting, that 91.7, 91.93. This is the range where dollar is. Every time dollar wants to go up, it is not going up. That means there is clearly no sign of dollar strength. Secondly, yesterday US came out with another statement saying that inflation is not at all such a big concern. So if that is the thought process, then the bond yield is definitely not going to go up in a hurry. And if bond yield doesn't go up in a hurry, as Souradeep also says, that if bond yield is not going up, then obviously there is no question of dollar going up. So you see, this is the bond yield. The bond yield is also going down, which is almost 1.24% 10-year bond yield in US. That means the interest rates are going down in US. And if interest rates are going down, the money printing is happening, liquidity is enough, so dollar will not go up. That means there is a clear cut of bullishness in the market. So do not, absolutely not, do not try to play short in Nifty. Never make an attempt. Okay, Nifty although has made a triple top, but definitely Nifty is not in a hurry to go down. Chances, and Souradeep also said the same thing, chances that Nifty will go up is far higher than Nifty will go down. So we all should be playing long in the market, not at all making an attempt to go short in the market. Okay, let's talk about commodities, what is happening. So let's see US crude oil. So US crude oil, it did correct a bit, but again, because dollar has started going down, US crude oil has also started going up. Okay, and look at the metals. So the best way to play the market is looking at the metals and playing the relevant stocks of the metals. So copper has also started going up, zinc has also started going up, and lead. Do we have lead here? Do we have lead? So lead is also kind of going up. So all the major metals are also going up, and that's the reason why metal index in India is also going up, and metal stocks is also going up. So this is one of those market where it acts like a picture perfect market, where the dollar index is going down and all the markets are going up. So you better play positive in the market. There is no reason for us to be negative in the market. And what are FIIs are doing? So let's go to FIIs and see what are they doing. Is there any major sign of uh, so yes, FIIs have been selling a bit for the last 3-4 days. So yes, you can say that there is a sign of concern. But if you look at the real FI data, yes, there is a sign of concern. So this is one area where we can say that the foreigners are selling Indian market, but the retail investors are buying Indian market. So that's basically the shift of leadership from bigger players, foreigners, to the retail investors or the HNIs of India. If you look at the derivative position in India, the long position is still intact of FIAs. In fact, there was a reduction in long position, and again FIAs started building their long position. So FIAs may be going short in cash market, but in derivatives they are holding on to their long position. This means the FIAs positions is net long right now. So not an area of concern as far as FIs is concerned. Okay, look at this sector. So today we saw a lot of buying happening in pharma after a fair bit of selling which happened due to the result by Dr. Reddy. So there is a very sharp recovery which has happened, but pharma has its own time because of COVID. The sector itself saw literally re-rated. So but I think right now the sector is still a laggard where it is not outperforming the market. So I need to be very careful about pharma, go stock specific. Okay. But two sectors which are still looking decently positive is metal. And I've been saying this, that every correction in metal is an opportunity to buy in metal sector. So that's pretty much the plan which has played out well. And the other is IT. As Souradeep also said that, I've been discussing this in multiple platforms, that IT, uh, this is a box which I made, and look at this. Every time IT corrects, there is a new buying emerging, and it is still up. So don't forget to participate in the next big story of India, which is IT. IT led the show in the 2000 rally, and now this is the next big rally which is happening, which is led by IT. And the other sector which is definitely here to stay for long is reality. I think the last, and I've also recorded a video that last so many years of breakout has been witnessed in reality, and this time breakout is supported by very, very strong price action. So be positive about reality and the allied services around reality. Rest other, FMCG will always be defensive, and India being a consumption led economy, you'll always see pockets of FMCG stocks doing well. So you can pick your stock and ride them if they are strong. Private banks are still struggling. As I've always said earlier, that if at all private banks will improve, ICICI Bank and Axis Bank will lead that improvement. SDFC Bank still remains the weak horse, and public sector bank are the most untrustable guys. You never know. Every time they go up, there is someone who shows disinterest in these, and the person sells public sector banks. So even if I have to put any bet on public sector bank, it has to be through a leader of public sector bank, which is going to be State Bank of India. So this is by and large the broader sector view. It's remained same for the last, I think, 1 month or 2 months. The broader sector views pretty much is the same. The leaders are quite apparent, but the real movement has happened in India, and which will continue for some time, is in the mid cap and the small cap space. I think the outperformance of small cap and mid cap may continue for some time as India matures as an economy, as formal economy of our country gains prominence. I think a small cap identification of good small cap stocks in good sector, growing sector, will be a key differentiator. And there is enough opportunity in the market right now, stock specific, to identify. And the mid cap is also doing so great. So both mid cap and small cap has been outperforming the market. So if at all you have to put some bigger bets on the market, it has to be around these mid caps and small caps. Now let me talk about the concept of combination scans and how you guys should get into the art of developing your own combination scans. Most of you are StockEdge subscribers, so I'm sure that you have seen these combinations, these scans which we have created. Always remember that StockEdge is there to simplify data for you. Okay, and that's the primary reason that we are not giving you an exhaustive scan engine. The moment we give you exhaustive scan engine, we will not be able to differentiate ourselves from other people. So that's why all these ready-made scans acts as a tremendous value. And as a user, you are given limited options, and trust me, it will not be difficult for you to identify stocks from these options which we have given you. And on a continuous basis, we have been, we are promising to increase the options for you. Uh, I am a very, price action driven person, and I always say that anyone who understands price well have a edge over other people in the market. And relative price strength is one of the most important, parameters if you have to participate in the market. Yeah, as I've said earlier, that market is a race, and there are different cars, that is stocks running, and all our role is to figure out which car is the best car, and you have to bet on that car. That will only happen once you figure out the relative strength of a car vis-a-vis the other car. Another car, for all practical purposes, the benchmark, which is Nifty. So my model of relative strength is so crystal clear and so workable that if you guys follow this for your part-time or full-time trading need, you will not need anyone else to give you advice on stocks. Trust me, you will become so independent, you will be on your own, and you will also, kind of become a value added knowledge contributor in our platform, because you will have a strong command on the market. Okay, and that is what we want. StockEdge Club is evolving as a massive family, one single family of so many people. Like, we are almost 3,280 people, that our target is to reach 10,000 members as soon as possible. And the imagine a situation where every one of us have developed the system for ourselves, and we are contributing the system in overall well-being of the entire family. So that is the target, and I hope you guys use the utility the way we want you to use, and become one of the contributors in StockEdge Club. All right, so now, I will show you how to create a combination, and I'll share with you some combinations which I have created, and I continuously create combination. It's not that I've created combination and this is what I'm going to do and I'm not going to do it further. Let's talk about a combination which I created, called good, strong, and reasonable stock. Okay. Now, when I created this combination, my thought process was that a stock which is good, which is trading at a reasonable price, and the stock is strong enough. Okay, the price action is strong. So the combination which I can think of was the stock which is strongly outperforming the benchmark index. Okay, now what is strongly outperforming the benchmark index? Let's duplicate this. Let's go to equity scans, price, strongly outperforming the benchmark index. So let's go to performance. So this is strongly outperforming the benchmark index in 1 week and 3 months. Let's go here. Strongly outperforming the benchmark index is here, which is, if I go I, it says that any, okay, what is this? This is I. Okay, it says that it is a bullish indicator where RS is greater than zero point 0.1. That means all the stocks where RS is greater than 0.1 will come here. Very soon we'll be adding one more scanner called RS crossing 0. If you add that, you will be able to get a stock which is just turning to be a strong stock. Okay, so but for the time being, use this stock outperforming benchmark index. High return on equity, for us high return on equity is 15%. So any stock more than 15% return on equity. Consistent sales growth ratio, annual report, that means the stocks where there is consistent sales growth over a period of 5 years. Okay, consistent cash from operation, which is the most important parameter for any fundamental based investor, that the company is generating enough cash from operation over the period of last 5 years. Moderate PE, so the companies where price earning multiples are between 10 to 20, and low PE is the companies where price to earning ratio is 0 to 10. Okay, now obviously there will not be a common company which will have both moderate PE and low PE, so don't expect that you will get a perfect match, because either of these two will be satisfied. And that's the reason we have given you a concept of almost there. Almost there is a very unique concept. It's not there in any other platform. It's only there in our app, which helps you to figure out stocks which are not satisfying any one of these criteria. Because anyone which is not satisfying any one of these criteria is also a good stock to look at. Now look at this stock list. This is a very good stock list. If I look at this stock, Redington, this is a very good stock. Redington, let's go to Redington and let's figure out what is happening in this stock. In fact, I have also suggested people to look at Redington. Okay, so we have discussed Redington many times in our StockEdge club, and if I remember correctly, I did talk about Redington few days ago, that this is one of the stocks which should be looked at. Yeah, this is 4 weeks ago, when the price of Redington is 276, and if I click here, first time I recommended Redington was 5 months ago, that it should be part of your model portfolio. The price was 184, and today the price is 327. Not that I'm saying that I have outbidden everyone, but the fact is that, you know, fundamentally the stock is strong. And when I recommended, it was around these levels. There was a breakout from, I think there was a RS gone positive here, and it was a breakout from these levels. So every time it went up, it gave us an opportunity to buy, right? So right now also Redington is a buy for me. Okay, maybe the stock may correct, maybe the stock will not correct. So how do you deal with this situation? So assuming that you want to invest 1 lakh in this company, okay, and if you can know the business model of Redington, that will add to your overall learning. So if you type Redington, there will be some fundamental discussion related to Redington also. So you will be able to see what the company is all about. So you see there is an explanation by Afrak that Redington is 1993 is a leading distributor of IT and mobility products and provider of supply chain management solution and support services in India, blah, blah, blah. So you will get a quick view about Redington in the club itself, where you will read what this company is all about. At least you know the basics about the company. And if your heart says, it's important that our heart believes that this sector will grow. Okay, कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हमको अंदर से एक बिलीव डेवलप करना पड़ता है कि हाँ बात तो सही है, this sector should grow because if it is the largest distributor of electronic products and if there's a growth in electronic and technology things in India, obviously the distributor will get benefit. So the underlying theme is convincing. And if your underlying theme is convincing, and if the stock is giving you higher highs and it remains strong and it always gives you a new breakout, then you should just buy this stock because the underlying theme is convincing, right? Any stock, I mean, if you select any stock, anyone, let's take an example of this company Trident. Okay, this is a theme. Again, I discussed Trident in my StockEdge club also, that it's a strong stock, and it is strong even though the price is correct, and it is strong. It is a turnaround story where we all know that Trident is leader in the towel segment, and they had certain problems with their US counterpart, but that was solved, and the whole textile sector is getting re-rated. So it's a strong stock. It has given a breakout, so I will participate in that stock. Okay, so my simple point is that look out for stocks from multiple scans, and please do not copy anyone's scan. It doesn't serve the purpose, and I'll create my own scan. I'll keep on changing my scan. You should learn the art of creating your own scan, and you start doing it. The moment you start doing it and you will see success in your scans, you will gain the confidence of adding these parameters as part of your scan. See, one of the other scan which I created, and I've shared this in in Twitter also, that this is like stock opened at a low. That means the stock which opened at low, that means it made a high, closing above previous high. So stock which is, and this is all end of the day basis. So stock which is closing above previous high. Stock outperforming the benchmark index in both 1 week and 3 months. stock outperforming the sector index in both 1 week and 3 months. And how do you get that? You see, all these scans are basically out of the scan library which we have. So agar ek ek karke aap dekhoge na, just spend some time, please. See each and every scan. We have not added scan just for the heck of it. We believe that each and every scan has so much value that if you use it prudently, making combinations and minting money out of that combinations will not be a challenge. So coming back to this scan, improve return on equity. So stock which are improving the return on equity, improve return on capital employed. So that means stock where there is improvement in return on capital employed. In fact, you can also add one more fundamental. Let's go to profitability, and let's say that companies where quarterly net profit has grown over a period of or turnaround story. So companies where PAT has also grown. So uh, quarterly net profit has grown and turnaround story is also there. So look at the stocks. Okay, there is no perfect match, not a problem. In life there is nothing called perfect, right? You ask any husband, he will say that my wife is not perfect. You ask any wife and she will say that my husband is not perfect, but still we are together, right? So there is nothing called perfect. गुजरात स्टेट पेट्रोनेट, अब हमको एक कंपनी मिल गया, अब चलिए उसका चार्ट देख लेते हैं. Although you can see the chart in StockEdge also, just go inside. You see there is a H chart, so you can do your first level analysis in StockEdge itself. Now, do you think this company is worth looking at? Of course, your super trend is positive, moving average के ऊपर चल रहा है, RS 0 के ऊपर है, RSI 50 के ऊपर है. So yes, this stock deserves to be looked at further. Gujarat State Petronet. So it's a strong stock, and I will always try to find out reasons to buy this stock. Okay, and the reason could be only two reasons. One, the stock is giving breakout from the previous swing high, or the stock is available at a demand zone, which could be some price point from where there is a possibility that the stock will reverse. Okay, and that could be a merger of super trend or some kind of a support level. Like for example, super trend is here and this is the support. So this could be a point where you may like to make an attempt in this stock. Okay, try this. Develop that confidence inside you. I have so many members, TMP members as well as our club members, who have developed such an immense confidence that they don't need a single person in Twitter to tell them what stock will run. Okay, in fact, what CNBC was earlier, Twitter is today. Okay, so you will get a lot of people talking, giving you a lot of stock ideas and trying to clutter your mind. What I'm humbly asking you, at least for people who belong to our family of StockEdge, I humbly ask you, request all of you, that please start developing your own combination. Wherever you are stuck, we are always there to help you in building up the theme. You have the perfect team and perfect setup available for your overall independent journey in stock market. Okay, our target is very simple, that you should become independent and stop listening to whoever analyst who is trying to feed. Some people may feed you good stuff, majority will feed you garbage. So I hope you reach a point where you become independent, and tomorrow you may probably don't need another Vivek Bajaj in your life. You are so independent, you are so good in your own way that you become extremely powerful in your stock market journey. Okay, so thank you so much for attending this session. It's 7. Unfortunately, I will not be able to take question. I definitely promise that I will revert back to you in case you have any question. So all the TMP members, I'm there on WhatsApp. I am now feeling better. I had for the last 15 days I had some problems because there was a stone near my kidney. Now it has come down, so it's relatively easier. Now it will pass on its own. I'm having medicines. The other thing is that there are small issues which has come up, but now it is pretty much clear. So all the TMP members, I am there on WhatsApp in case you need me. All my StockEdge club members, I am there on the platform in case you need me. And other people who are not yet part of the StockEdge family club, please come and become part of the club. Trust me, you will not be disappointed with our work. Thank you. Good night. Take care of yourself. Have a great weekend. Enjoy time with your family. Let the market close now. Look at the market again on Sunday evening before you prepare for the next day. But have a great weekend, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Souradeep, and thank you, Swati, for helping us. Bye bye. हम्म, हम्म, ठीक था क्या? हाँ, अच्छा सुन ना,